Many thanks to UNTV's Cindy Bishop for that report. Now, Liberians wrapped up a voter registration exercise just 2 weeks ago. The National Elections Commission says 1.4 million people have received their voting cards for elections later this year. Critical TV's Jefferson Sackey traveled to the capital, Monrovia, to speak with Liberia's president, who is the first elected female head of state in Africa, and they talked about the country's road to recovery after years of conflict.
This is Liberia today, gradually recovering from the wounds of war and preparing for crucial presidential and general elections in October this year. 2 decades of civil war led to the destruction of the nation's infrastructure and institutions. Signs of brisk business are clearly visible here at the Rana Street Market, close to West Point, one of the major commercial spots in Monrovia. It's almost 6 years after the swearing-in of Africa's first elected female president, and the economy is gradually gaining grounds with favorable international support. However, unemployment and poverty are some of the problems available, especially in rural communities. 73-year-old Kamara Yusuf remembers Liberia's past in the 1970s with nostalgia and blames the country's economic woes to the civil war that ended 7 years ago.
But here now, you go back to the soil.
But the country's president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, has clearly pointed out that Liberia can slowly claw out of poverty and underdevelopment if it takes serious its natural resources. But the truth is that Liberia's natural resources were clearly squandered during this country's difficult days. For years, Liberia has traded its natural resources in return for services such as health and education from foreign corporations. Traveling with Africa's first elected female president on a UN chopper to Lofa, one of the biggest electoral areas, her popularity is evident.
Without being enemies and without taking action against each other, well, I hope we'll be a matured nation. And I say that our aim in our new development agenda, which is being formulated, we say by the year 2030, Liberia will be a middle-income country.
For many Liberians today, the time of war is over. And now is the time to rebuild the country they destroyed. Jefferson Sackey, Critical TV, for CNN Worldview.